Do you want to go on a holiday with me to Italy? Let's go. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Guess what? The wait is finally over. I'm going to be sharing with you an incredible Italian-style Neapolitan or Napoletana pizza. Apart from being delicious, this pizza is really light and very airy. The crust is incredible. You can literally eat this whole pizza by yourself. It's very easy to make this. You just need a couple of ingredients as well as a lot of patience and also some tips and tricks on how to actually manage the dough, which I'm going to share with you today. I'm also going to be showing you how to make a fiery tomato-based pizza sauce for this recipe. I've used tomatoes as well as chili to make it really spicy. This is an Italian pizza sauce style recipe. It doesn't require you to actually cook the tomatoes or simmer them, which makes it really easy because you can make this anytime and pop it in your freezer and use it whenever you want. If you're new to Italian cooking, let me just share something really quickly with you. Pizza sauce is different from spaghetti sauce because pizza sauce doesn't use as many ingredients as spaghetti sauce and you don't need to actually cook it, unlike spaghetti sauce, which you actually need to slow simmer it. So to make this pizza, it requires a lot of time and patience, mainly because we want to ferment this pizza in the fridge. The cold fermentation process can take a lot of time. I've given my pizza dough about 42 to 48 hours in the fridge for it to ferment before I actually top it. I know this is a lot of time and a lot of you can't wait to actually make the pizza. I would recommend you to wait at least 24 hours before you actually make your pizza because this is going to give you an incredible flavor and make your crust really airy. The longer you wait, the more flavorful your pizza is going to be and more light and airy your crust is going to be. So if you can wait longer, I would definitely recommend you to do so. I waited about 48 hours because I feel like that's the longest time that someone could possibly wait. But if you're willing to wait longer, that's really wonderful because if you keep the pizza dough in the fridge for about 5 to 6 days, I bet with you you're gonna have the best pizza in the world and you're never gonna try out any other recipe again. You can't use a rolling pin to make this pizza because if you do use a rolling pin, all the air and carbon dioxide inside the pizza is gonna come out and it's not gonna make your pizza airy. So please don't try using a rolling pin. Please use your hands and please do watch the full video because I'm gonna show you how to handle this dough really well, and also it's gonna help you make your pizza really airy and delicious. My family and I absolutely love this pizza. It's not only delicious, but it's so easy to make. It's got an incredible and airy crust. We make this every weekend. I bet with you, once you try this pizza, you're never ever gonna buy any store-bought pizza ever again. If you look at it, look at the crust. It's very airy and it's so light. Look at the pizza, it's really as thin as paper. It's so delicious and I can't wait to dig in, and I'm sure you would want to make this too. Click the link in the description box for a full list of ingredients you require to make this recipe. Into a bowl, add in your flour, salt, sugar, yeast. Now mix everything together with a spoon. Once you've mixed everything, now add in your water and continue mixing for about a minute until everything is well incorporated. Once everything is well incorporated, now add in your oil and combine the mixture using your hands. It'll take you about 30 seconds up to a minute to bring the whole dough together. Next, you want to transfer the dough to a flat surface and continue kneading for about 7 to 8 minutes until it forms a smooth round ball. I would definitely recommend you to watch this video very carefully and follow the steps when kneading the dough. I would also urge you to knead the dough for at least 7 minutes as this will help you create the perfect pizza. If you're wondering why you should knead the dough for this long, the secret behind this is because you want to create as much gluten as possible. The more gluten your pizza has, the stronger and more elastic it will be, and it will also enable it to be more voluminous and also help in retaining the gas, which will enable you to make an airy and light pizza. Once you finish kneading, shape the dough into a ball and cover it with a napkin or a towel to rest for about 5 minutes. Once the dough has rested, now pick the dough up. Now pull the dough from the sides and tuck each corner underneath for about 2 minutes. Keep repeating this step carefully. Please be gentle as you want the dough to be really soft and smooth. You don't want to create any cracks by putting too much pressure on the dough. Once you're done with the tucking and folding, using the sides of your palms, rotate the dough to form a round ball. The friction from the flat surface will enable you to form a smooth dough. Now that's what you call a perfectly smooth dough. Now into a bowl, add in some oil and spread it with your hands. Add the dough ball into the bowl and roll it around so that it's fully coated in oil. Now cover the bowl with some cling film and allow it to rest in the fridge for about 42 to 48 hours or even longer if you can wait. Now let's move on to the pizza sauce. Cut all your tomatoes into 4 quarters and cut the top edge of your chilies. Now set this aside. Add the chilies to a pot of boiling water and let it cook for about 10 minutes until they become soft. You can go and put on your favorite music while the chilies do their job. Use a fork to ensure the chilies are done. Once they're done, strain and discard all the water and set the chilies aside to cool down. Now let's make the pizza sauce. Into a blender, add in your chilies, tomatoes, salt, sugar, fresh basil, oregano, oil, as well as garlic. Now blend everything up until it becomes a smooth sauce. That looks smoking hot. I just can't wait to make the pizza. Once your dough has fermented in the fridge for 42 to 48 hours, it will double in size. Now transfer it to a lightly floured surface. Using a pair of scissors, now cut the dough into 2 halves. Since I'm going to be making 2 pizzas, I'm going to be cutting the dough into 2 equal parts. Now take half of the dough and tuck away each corner underneath. Do not do this more than 4 times, otherwise all the air inside the dough will escape and your pizza is not going to be light and airy. Once you're done, you want to keep pinching the bottom of the dough to seal any cracks. The key here is to be gentle. Next, using your hands, with the help of your fingertips, now rotate the dough to form a round ball. The purpose of this rotation is to ensure all the cracks are sealed and you have a smooth dough. This shouldn't take you more than 30 seconds. Once you're done, you want to use your palms again to rotate the dough for about 30 seconds, the same way how you did it previously before you left the dough to ferment. Once you're done, set it aside. Now repeat the same steps for your other dough. Once you're done with the dough, you want to sprinkle some flour over it and coat it with flour completely from all sides. Next, you want to sprinkle 2 baking trays with some semolina. Now transfer your pizza dough into separate baking trays. Cover both the trays with a napkin or a towel and leave it to rest again. I promise you, this is the last time you're going to rest the pizza. Before we shape the pizza, you want to preheat your oven with the baking tray on top at the maximum oven temperature. Once your dough has rested, it will double or even triple in size. You want to transfer it to a lightly floured surface gently. Now it's time to shape the pizza. Please avoid using a rolling pin as this will deflate your pizza and your pizza is not going to be very light and airy. To shape the pizza, gently press the center of the dough to spread it outwards. Be gentle as you're trying to push the air from the inside of the dough from the center towards the crust. You want to leave some border for the crust as well. Don't put too much pressure as you might create a hole and all the air might go outside. Be as gentle as you possibly can and take your time. There's no timer, there's no one watching you. You can take as long as you want to get it perfect. Once you feel like you cannot stretch it any longer, Now lift the pizza with the help of the crust. This will enable you to stretch the pizza and your pizza will become larger in size as well. You can also transfer the pizza from one hand to the other slowly and gently to ensure the pizza becomes larger in size. This will allow it to stretch and your pizza is going to become really thin. Next, you want to sprinkle some semolina over your parchment paper. Transfer the stretch dough onto the parchment paper and continue to shape it. Use your hands to spread the dough and create a thin pizza without creating any holes. Now repeat the same steps for your second dough. While making your pizza, if you end up creating a hole, please don't be worried about it. Use your fingers and gently pinch in to close any holes that you've created. Don't worry, as this happens quite a lot with anyone making pizza, especially if you're a first timer. But if you handle the situation carefully and take your time and pinch the places where their holes are there, your pizza is going to smooth out and create the perfect thin and airy pizza. Once you're done shaping the pizza, pour about 2 ladles of the prepared pizza sauce on each pizza and spread it up to the edges just before the crust. Do not put more than 2 ladles as this will make your pizza heavy and will prevent it from rising and it won't result in airy and light pizza. Don't forget to top your pizza with some mozzarella. Feel free to use any other cheese of your choice. Next, transfer the pizza along with the parchment paper onto your preheated oven tray and place it in the oven for it to bake. While your first pizza is being baked in the oven, you can prepare the second pizza. Repeat the same steps by pouring your prepared pizza sauce as well as topping it with mozzarella before you bake it. You want to bake the pizza at the lowest rack first, depending on your oven, at the highest temperature. I've decided to use the top and bottom element setting. If you have a fan oven, you can use the top and bottom element alongside the fan, but if you have a regular oven, you can use the conventional mode as well. Once your pizza is almost cooked, transfer it to the upper rack for it to char. This will take a minute or two, but you want to monitor it closely so your pizza doesn't burn. You also want to change the setting of your oven to grill so that your pizza gets charred. Once your pizza is ready, top it with some fresh basil leaves and serve it warm. Look at that. Stunning or delicious. I just have no words. I'm gonna go grab a slice right now, but I do hope you get a chance to try this out this weekend. Before I go, thank you very much for being a part of the House of Spices. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I shall see you with another exciting recipe very soon. See you then. Bye.